Good afternoon, Miss Srishty. I welcome you to College Dunya series, Thoughts on Education. Thank you so much for joining us today. We would like to hear more from you, the person who has started and built up Collearn from scratch. So, ma'am, can you please tell us something about Collearn and how it is helping students to build their skills?
Sure. So, first of all, very thank you to Kushi and College Dunya for having me on their platform. Now, Collearn was started 2 years back. The whole premise behind Collearn was that not everybody wants to become a doctor or an engineer or an accountant, right? There are non-traditional career choices which a person wants to opt for. But in India, these are very rare, and at the same time, there is no proper guidance to it. So we came into the picture and we get you celebrity trainers to teach you live and provide you, after teaching, provide you with mentorship. So on our platforms, we have been, successful in realizing the dreams of becoming an umpire, of becoming a sports journalist, becoming a sports analyst, beat boxers, and so on and so forth.
Wow, that's very interesting. And learning directly from the industry experts and the celebrities, I can imagine what a great experience it would be for your users. So, like you mentioned, it's been 2 years now. So, can you please share about your journey, how it has been in these past 2 years?
The past 2 years have been, uh, sort of a roller coaster ride, right? There were days of high highs and low lows. There are days when I'm very exuberant. There are days when I feel very low, and which is true with each and every startup. Because once you go through that journey, every founder experiences that. Now, as you asked me that initial days, yeah, it was very tough to convince our audiences that what we are saying, we will be able to deliver that. But once, we had, students getting jobs in ESPN, becoming, becoming a topper in Cricket South Africa, or we had students who are working in Times Now. And once they realize the value that we were providing, we had a lot of referral revenues and referral, learners joining from that onwards. And okay, let's start again.
Like,
Should we start the question again, because I goofed up this time?
Okay, like if you want, but I think the answer was like really nice.
Okay.
If you want, I can ask again.
No, that's fine. You have 2 recordings now. You can just take it half from here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So I have went through your profile.
Huh?
I have went through like moving to the next question. So, ma'am, I have went through your profile and I have seen that you have a background in finance. You have cleared CFA level 1 as well. So what motivated you to enter this education domain and build Collearn?
Okay, Kushi, I am a CFA charter holder, not just level 1 clear, and I'm also a CAIA charter holder. So you can repeat the question again and then I can answer.
Sure.
And I've done my MBA from UCLA as well. Huh?
Okay. So, Srishty ma'am, I have went through your profile and I have seen that you have a rich background in finance. You are a CFA chartered holder and you have done your MBA from UCLA. So, what motivated you to begin your journey, build your career in this education domain and start such a different and unique organization as Collearn?
Sure. So, Kushi, if you see my background as well, I did my first MBA in 2008. And after that, I completed my CFA. I also did my CAIA and then I did my second MBA. So if you see that background, you'll see that I'm a lifelong learner. And I honestly love learning. Some of the people do it for degrees, some of the people do it for promotions. I honestly love learning. And that made me, think about the alternate things that I always wanted to learn, and there was no platform to learn about it. So there was a very, wide space in Indian curriculum or in Indian education system, and that gave me an idea to start this offbeat platform.
That's great. That's great. In fact, that is very motivating. That would be very motivating for our listeners as well when they will hear about this interview. So moving to the next question. So how does the curriculum style at Collearn ensure the best development of the students so that they would be able to develop these skills and go out in the industries and prove themselves out there.
Okay, so Kushi, all the courses have a similar pattern. Every course will have one live. Uh, so, okay, sorry, let's start again. So, Kushi, all the courses have the similar pattern. So, all our courses come up with live classes. All our courses have mentorship, which is one-on-one, with the trainer, and all our courses have internship and job supports. Okay, so the whole idea is that a student should learn the technical skills from the best in the industry in a live manner for the first, first component as a first component. Once he or she has learned those live skills, he will be graduated to the mentorship group where a bigger cohort is there. You learn from your cohort, you learn from your mentors or your instructors live. And you also have an option to go for one-on-one, interview, one-on-one reviews with the trainers. And the third thing is we try to get our cohort internships so that they have, industry experiences on ground. And most of our internship, I'm very proud to say that get into a full-time job as well, convert into a full-time job as well. So this is how we make sure that the student, we are hand-holding the student from day one till his, dream is fulfilled.
That's really interesting to hear, and especially about the internship part. So, like moving further, like you have told that there are live courses, and as you like mentioned about the courses in detail, I believe they are very extensive courses as well. They would be taking a lot of time also to to complete.
That's exactly not the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the opposite case. All our courses, live classes, will be, for a period of 16 to 24 hours, which are like 2-hour session each. So you will have 10 classes. They can go for a month or so.
Okay.
So you can have 2 classes in a week of 2 hours each, which will take you like a 1 month kind of course. Once you have done that, then you get into the mentorship where the magic happens, where you already have the technical background and you have learned from industry's best. And then in the mentorship, we'll try to, give you expert sessions, signature sessions. We will try to give you on-field, practices, opportunity, or your, live projects and things like that. And we will solve your doubt real time.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, like moving on to the next question. It's been 2 years for Collearn, and in the past 2 years, for the 1.5 last year, we all of our country experienced the the destruction caused by COVID. Our lives changed a lot after COVID. Like we would never been imagining an interview in a online mode or working from online mode. But since Collearn was a online platform right from the beginning, so was COVID a blessing for Collearn, or did it also hamper your company's functioning?
Okay, so to just let you know, we started as an offline venture.
Okay.
And like any edtech platform, we also pivoted to become an online player. But our added advantage was we were one of the first one to do that. Even before the first lockdowns were announced, we had live courses, which was unthought about at that point in time. So for us, COVID became a blessing in disguise. And this is true for most of the edtech, because now, even if I ask my existing student, would you have gone for an offline course? He or she will say that no, because the value that I'm getting in an online course is as equal, if not more, than an offline course as well. So, because it saves on their time, it saves on the travel, commute, expenses that you incur, and the wastage of time as well. So, it has been, and secondly, Kushi, initially when we started, we had students only from Bangalore or maybe sometimes from Hyderabad or Chennai. Right now, in each of the cohort, I have students from across the globe. There will be 20% students who come from outside India, 80% from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and from Rajasthan to West Bengal. So every places, and even my trainers are from India as well as outside India as well. So this gave us a very big window of opportunity, and the acceptance of an online platform has increased drastically in the last 1.5, 2 years after COVID.
Great. I'm like, that is very interesting and very enlightening to hear about. So just moving on to the next question. What do you think like are the biggest challenges in our country related to higher education and online learning per se? Because Collearn is also an online platform, and in addition, it offers such unconventional courses. So, what are the challenges to promote such courses, such educational platforms in our country that you have faced or that you feel are there?
Okay, so we come from a country, Khushi, where parents want their, kids to become a doctor and an engineer. Okay, we have 10,000 seats in IIT, right? And you can go to any of these schools, whether it's a 5-star rated school or a government school which is not 5-star rated. Every student there prepares for IITZ, right? Because their parents want them. But there are only 10,000 seats, and almost whole of India, prepares for it. So what challenges for us is, making parents, even if the student is interested, making parents think or making parents accept the idea that his or her kid can also go to non-traditional segment and make a career out of it, make a name out of it, because he's passionate about that. So that's the biggest challenge. We compete with, not any other competitors of ours. We compete with the likes of, mindset where IIT and doctors and engineers are more prevalent and more acceptable.
True, very true. And I think Collearn is already making the change, and there is no doubt a long way to go ahead as well. So my next question would be to you, like is there anything like, sorry, I would just repeat this question. So thank you so much, Srishty. So my next question to you would be, like, what would you like people to know about Collearn that they may not be knowing already, or like it would be very difficult for an outsider to get, the insights about the organization.
So one thing that most of the people don't know about it is that our cohorts. So we have umpiring cohort, where we have 100 plus students. We have sports analytics cohort, where we have 300, close to 300 students. We have, sports commentary cohort. We have sports journalism cohort. And most of the people don't know, and we also came to know very recently, that these guys have become buddies of each other. They talk without us, they meet without us or with us, and they do a lot of sessions, a lot of practices, and a lot of live projects together as well. So they have become their best buddies because they are like-minded people. They all have come because they wanted to learn that particular skills, and we have those subgroups where we are also not part of it. We have Mumbai subgroups, we have Karnataka subgroups in those cohorts.
Nice, great. So Collearn is already building a community in the country, and I am pretty sure that such things will be changing the mindsets of people as well.
Right.
Yes. So what is your vision for Collearn in the coming years? Are you planning to launch some new verticals or some new divisions?
So we want to be India's largest platform for non-traditional courses. Okay, so it should not be like a platform which just gives you courses. It should be a platform which handholds you, throughout your journey till the end. And even when there is a need for upskilling, there should be something for you. So that is what we want to become. Whether you want to become an astronomer, whether you want to become a beatboxer or a belly dancer, or whosoever you have something which is non-traditional, you should, first thing in your mind should come is Collearn.
Great. That's really amazing. So, what do you think? Like, it really sounds like an interview question. Okay, what do you think are the greatest strengths of Collearn as a team, as an organization?
So, as a team, we are a bunch of enthusiasts. who wants to make a difference, and we think we can make a difference in the mindset of Indian society and even global society as well. Our strength would be that we go, I mean, all my team members, all of them go out of their way, not just my team members, even my instructors who are celebrity instructors, they also go out of their way to help students. And which is what is making, a difference in the life of the student, and which is what is giving us word of mouth, which through our advertisements and marketing we may not have gotten.
True, very true. So I believe the efforts of the instructors and even the celebrity who are taking their time and building this community is definitely going to bring a change. Even after each and every question, in fact, I am building more and more confidence in Collearn.
Thank you.
So this would be my last question to you. So Collearn is really helping students and even corporates. So can you give some suggestions to our audience how they can plan their career and when they are entering higher education also? So because in India it would be taking so much more, like a lot more time for students to directly take up courses in the like the niche courses like umpiring and sports analytics, which Collearn is offering. So how can one take up both the courses, pursue their higher education along with pursuing their passion with Collearn? How would you guide the students?
So Khushi, what I have experienced in my life also, and I think most of my age people would say that we were very late to figure out what our passions were. And that is true with a lot of people, across the globe as well. We are not, the Sachin Tendulkars of the world, where, at the age of an 8, we knew it, that this is what we wanted to do, right? So for them, my suggestion would be keep exploring, keep doing a lot of, different things in life. And one day you will figure out this is your passion. But before that, keep doing, if you are interested in sports, do all these courses. If you are interested in music, learn a lot of music, different styles of music. If you are interested even in, something like, speech or things like that, join Toastmasters and things like that. And keep doing that till the day you figure out that this is your passion. And once you figure out that position of passion, which is very, very tough to figure out, but once you have figured out, you are at an advantage, vis-a-vis others who are just doing for fun. And then keep building your resume, keep building your skills on that area of passion. But before that, just keep doing, just explore the world.
Great. Thank you so much for your sharing your insightful experience. And I would close this interview by your last remarks that just keep exploring and keep trying. One day you will find your own passion. So thank you so much, Srishty. I would be glad to take some more views from your side. If you have anything to say, any closing remarks you would like to give before concluding.
I would like to wish you, Khushi, as well as College Dunya, keep doing the good work that you guys are doing. Keep helping the students, keep helping the parents in making right decisions. And I look forward to our association as well.